When anger swallows relationships, a psychologist's story often, faces marked by premature exhaustion, disappointment, and helplessness walk into my clinic. One such face belonged to Sahar. Her eyes were moist as if holding back centuries of rain. In a soft voice, she said, "Doctor, my husband yells at me about everything, gets angry over the smallest things. I'm so tired. I've tried so hard, but now I don't know what to do. I feel like this marriage has become a burden." I took Sahar's hand and looked into her eyes. Her gaze held deep questions. Is there a solution? Will this pain ever end? I smiled and said, "Sahar, your pain is understandable. And I want you to know you are not alone. Many relationships go through this phase. But remember one thing, relationships that are on the verge of breaking can often be saved. Today, I'll tell you a story. This story isn't just a tale. It's a reality, and perhaps within it lies the solution to your problem. The wall of anger and the bridge of love. Nadia's story in a city. There lived a young woman named Nadia who had been married for only a few years. Initially, everything was perfect. Her husband, Ahmed, was loving and understanding. But as time went on, Ahmed's behavior began to change. He would yell over trivial matters, getting angry at the slightest provocation. Whenever Nadia tried to talk to him, he would cut her off in anger or leave the room. Nadia felt as if a wall of anger had risen between them, pushing them further apart. Nadia tried very hard. Sometimes she would try to appease him, sometimes she'd get angry herself, and sometimes she'd simply remain silent. But every attempt backfired. The bitterness in their relationship had grown so much that both felt suffocated. Nadia sought advice from her friends, and everyone said, "It's useless to stay with such a man, leave him, you deserve much better." Hearing these words only made Nadia's heart sink further. She felt as if she had truly made a wrong decision when, day, completely disheartened, Nadia came to me. Her eyes held the same helplessness that Sahar's did today. I asked Nadia, "Was it always like this from the beginning?" Nadia replied, "No, doctor, Ahmed wasn't like this before. He was very loving." I said, "That's your hope. If it has changed, it can be mended." I explained to her that anger is often a defense mechanism. When a person feels inwardly weak, scared, anxious, or pressured, they react with anger. It's often an internal battle that's spiraling out of their control. And when someone is in a state of anger, logic, reason, and blame won't reach them. They are merely shouting out their inner turmoil. I explained a few principles to Nadia, which seemed very simple, but held the depth of relationships within them. 1. Avoid immediate reaction to anger. The power of silence. When Ahmed gets angry, don't respond immediately. At that moment, your brain is in fight or flight mode, and nothing positive can come out of it. Take a moment to be silent. Take a deep breath and remind yourself, right now, I will try to understand the reason for his anger, rather than fighting with him. 2. Express feelings, not blame. The magic of "I feel" statements. When he calms down, talk to him later. But instead of saying, "You always yell at me," which is an accusation, say, "When you speak in a loud voice, it hurts me very much, and I can't listen to what you're saying. I don't like it, and I wish we could talk calmly." Express your feelings, don't lay blame. 3. Find the reason behind. The anger, the bridge of empathy. Often, anger is a symptom of something else. Work pressure, financial worries, health issues, or an unhealed childhood wound. When Ahmed is calm, gently ask, "Are you worried about something? I feel you've been very angry lately. Is there something bothering you?" Listen to him carefully, without judgment or interruption. 4. Set your boundaries. Self-respect is essential. On the other hand, don't allow yourself to be constantly subjected to anger. If the anger becomes too much and they're not in a position to listen to you, gently say, I cannot talk right now when you are so angry. We can talk when you are calm. And then step away. This will send a message that this behavior is not acceptable. 5. Filter out external voices. Your relationship is yours. The people who give you advice, no matter how close they are, do not know the full reality of your relationship. Every relationship is unique. Don't let others' opinions become your reality. Listen to your heart and guide your relationship according to your own understanding. Nadia listened to my words very carefully. She decided to act on this advice. Over the next few weeks, an amazing change occurred. When Ahmed had an angry outburst, Nadia, instead of reacting immediately, took a deep breath and became silent. Ahmed found this change unusual. When he calmed down, Nadia gently expressed her feelings. One day, Ahmed came home very angry. He snapped and said many things. Nadia listened in silence. When Ahmed calmed down, Nadia gently asked Ahmed why. Are you so upset? Is there a problem at work? Ahmed looked at Nadia in surprise. For the first time, there was an apology in his eyes. He explained that he was under immense work pressure and he himself was ashamed of his behavior. Nadia hugged him. In that moment, the wall of anger melted into a bridge of love. I looked at Sahar and said, Sahar, your story can also be like Nadia's. Relationships are not static. They keep changing. An angry person is not necessarily a bad person. They are often internally hurt or stressed. The only thing needed is to recognize the pain hidden behind the anger. You cannot control your husband's anger, but you can certainly control your reaction. When you change your reaction, he will be forced to change his behavior because he won't get the fight he's used to. Remember, your goal is not to win, but to save the relationship. When your husband is angry, don't see him as an enemy, but as someone who has lost control at that moment. At that time, you need to be like a doctor who helps the patient fight their illness. Sometimes the roots of anger run deep into childhood or past experiences. If you feel the problem is very deep, don't hesitate to seek help from a psychologist. It's not a matter of shame, but a wise effort to save the relationship. Sahar's eyes were no longer filled with tears, but with a new sparkle, a new hope, a new understanding. She smiled and said, Doctor, I understand now. I won't fight anger. Instead, I'll try to understand the pain hidden behind it. And I will protect my relationship from outside voices. Remember, to save relationships, loud voices are not needed, but a soft heart and an understanding mind are. If you are also going through a difficult phase like this, know that you are not alone. Don't lose hope and find the right path to save your relationship. If this video touched your heart, please like it, subscribe to the channel, and share it with those who need to hear this message.